Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now in CoinMarketCap, XRP is still the same with many other coins. A lot of stuff has been recently going on with XRP and Ripple. But if we go to Blockchain's backers video right here, now this is an interesting point of view.
Ethereum, and I love using these two charts because Ethereum makes the perfect bubble, and it shows you right here. Okay, so this is where people are getting confused. They're thinking this is the bubble top and this thing's just going to come up here and fall down, and that's the end of it. But the reality is this whole area of Netflix right here, this is right here on Ethereum, and I'll show you that. This is how you actually need to be looking at that chart, and that Netflix is likely going to pump up to at least $1,000. Now, this is where I did really well in 2007.
So you guys can check out his video. It's a different point of view. I'm pretty sure he was using the Fibonacci retracements tool to know how far it's going to go. So that is quite interesting, guys. The bull run might have started. Now guys, before we jump into news, I like to say I'm not a financial advisor, nor is financial advice, it's just for entertainment value only. XRP Yo-Yo tweet out.
The technology enablers are now there, and we're going to be making that transition, just as we are into self-driving cars, into things like digital currency transactions without hardly even noticing it. For example, when you buy that cup of coffee at Starbucks and you pay on your mobile phone, it could be that the application program interface in your phone last week flipped from using your bank account to a payment system based on digital currencies. And you might have gotten a brief notice with 5 pages of fine print saying, I agree at the end. And as long as you hit that button, you just made that transition without noticing it. I think it could be at the consumer level as quick as that. That's not to say that it's simple. Hundreds of billions of dollars of technology, software and hardware need to be built around this, particularly software, and a lot of legal work and a lot of regulatory work. And the central banks have to go along with it before it'll be allowed, because it's a concern. It's part of the money supply, and central banks will be responsible for monitoring that. And there are some countries that are thinking about it. China, Sweden, those are 2 countries that are currently contemplating introducing digital currencies at the national level through the central banks of those countries. So change is coming, and I'm very interested in studying the implications.
It will go so fast without you noticing the shift is coming soon, guys. Next week comes from Peter Pumpkin.
And not even specific to Ripple or to XRP's community, I think one of the things that will surprise us a year from now is that banks will be custodying digital assets directly. And I think right now we think about that and think, look, there's no way that's going to happen. They're too conservative. And I think what you're seeing is 2 things happening. One is banks are seeing that a lot of money is being made by digital asset exchanges globally, and banks are profit motivated. The second, and as we've talked about up here, certainly Ross has made very clear, is regulatory clarity and regulatory frameworks enable banks and financial institutions to lean into these markets. And I think we will surprise ourselves by this time. By the way, I'll also predict that it will be banks in the ASEAN markets where there is this regulatory clarity and there is a lot of progressive forward thinking. They'll be the first to actually allow for crypto assets custody in their accounts. All right, with that, we'll turn it over to questions, and I see a bunch of questions on this screen, which I can't really read from here, but we're supposed to pick some. Can you see those? Oh, there's 2 votes.
Let me try.
Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? Oh, they're over here. That's easier. You want to take one? Go for it. The first one's for you. IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe I should take what the IMF is going to do. I think we stunned Ross into silence with that one.
For that to happen, okay, under the current legal framework, some country would have to use a crypto asset as its currency.
Look at Brad Garlinghouse. It's a beautiful thing, utility. Boy, XRP has tweeted out.
Work with them in many situations. So yes, we watch. When we think it's appropriate, we invest. When we think it's appropriate, we buy from companies like this, and we work to make the ecosystem work from a customer's perspective in. So I'm focused on partnership. I'm focused on how we buy from fintech companies, but I care most about what happens when we meet the customer, because our customers want to hit send. Our customers want to know that a payment is being processed. They don't care what happens in the ecosystem behind them. So the important thing for us is to do it brilliantly in terms of execution, error-free, to do it as fast as humanly or digitally possible, and to do it in a safe way.
When you look at
Work with them in many situations.
Bank of America, for perspective, HODL, Ripple. Next week comes from Paizen, $4 broken. We can see here for MoneyGram. Look at this, it's been going up and up. Alcatron tweeted out, regarding the recent Ripple statement about their change in focus. Now he made a big threat right here. You guys can go ahead and read all of this. If we go down here, when formulating business plans, and we all know that XRP absolutely crushes the competition. So let attrition play itself out. Again, guys, there's been a lot of news about surrounding Ripple and what they are changing their focus and what's happening with that. Cryptomaniac has tweeted out, why is everyone suddenly angry at Ripple? It looks like a lot of weak hands are selling. But now, guys, we're into the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. Bluesheet has tweeted out many things right here. We can see Bitcoin is a rabbit, XRP is a duck, follow the duck will win. 13th January, we can see right here. 206 days left. 2021 will be your transformation year. 2020 is the dark. 2021 will be the light. After this guy gets elected, the show begins. November 3rd, it begins. January 13th, it rockets. 113, we can see right here, Donald Trump, economy will soar in 2021. Rom the Weird has tweeted out, before and after election. Election November 2020, B-Day November 24th, December snow, January party is my calendar, year 2020. Also, 5-year swiftness accomplished. Keyword swiftness accomplished. So that connects to the next tweet. 11:12 p.m. 11:12 p.m. the whole night. Price changes XRP, but which night is the question, and for you to find out. So guys, the whole night, price changes XRP. Will it be overnight? Macho Muchacho tweeted out, Ripple hides a lot from the community. I pay little attention to their marketing, enterprise, tailored articles, news for the masses, all lovey-dovey media talk that irritates my rect. You guys can see right there, do your own research. XRP is the chosen one. Remember, they want you out. J9 Dalton has tweeted out, we can see right here, means embed tweet in Twitter. It also means the closure of the tag. Programming code has completed. Time to compile the program. 99% is nearby. Looks like it's almost there, guys. Lord Liquidity has tweeted out, I'm not selling. He is not selling. We are not wrong. Just early, guys. Be patient and hodl. Next week comes from Reborn. 611, we can see right here. So what do you guys think he means by this post right here? Now, Baba Cux has tweeted out a lot of stuff. We can see here, the code is complete. And then if we go up here, Bearable Guy 123 decoder 2 years ago. Everything is connected. Look at this, guys. Everything seems to be connected. So what are you guys' thoughts on what is happening with Ripple and XRP? There's been lots of discussions around the topic. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And hey, guys, see ya.
This is the beginning of the greatest economic cycle this country has had since World War II. And I knew the things that Donald would do, and he hasn't even got started. But this is the eye of the motherfucking storm, the perfect storm. It ain't never going to get any better. Never. This is perfect for the QLA model. If I could have written a prescription or a formula, I couldn't have written it any better. Low interest rates, money's free, you stupid. Massive chaos. And Donald's going to rip the mother economy apart. And he's going to for practice in a good way. This is it. It ain't never going to get any better. This is like a multiple orgasm the rest of your life, you fucking slags that are in the audience. This is it.
Sometimes I don't want to hear what Dan has to tell me. But as I wrote in one of my blogs, the old man, he's always right. Because he's telling you what you don't want to hear about yourself, but what you know is true. And that is, you're not stepping yourself up. You're not stepping your game up. And you get caught up in fear. As Dan says, false expectations appear in reality.